What's up, everybody? Welcome to SEC at Home, where I invite you into my home and we talk SEC college football. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting back into it. Season 2. Hopefully, actually have a full season this time. We had some things going on. I got a new job. Had to go to Arizona. Whole big thing. Didn't get to finish the season out last year, but we're back. We're stronger. We're better. We're gonna do it this year. Full season. And today we are 4 weeks away from college football. It is currently August. We're that close to getting SEC football back. I'm so excited. I've got early predictions for 6 teams tonight. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about some of the things going on. We're going to talk about some of the things that I see. And we're going to predict their end of the year records super early, way too early. Don't come at me. It's early, but hey, I have the right to change these as the season progresses. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there right now. But if you're new here, if you like the content, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, all the things, leave a comment, share the video, do all things, help out the channel. We're going to jump right into this, guys. So first SEC team up. I picked these teams at random, so I didn't just like go, oh, I'm going to talk about the top teams. I'm going to talk about the Texases and the Georgia. No, I put them in a randomizer. We're going to talk about them randomly. The first one we're going to talk about, Missouri. Eli Drinkwitz, Missouri Tigers. It's his 6th season there. Little bit of a question about him right now. Eli had a lot of interest in the end of the season for job hunts. Yeah, he was top candidates in lots of jobs. Job security kind of shaky right now. Not sure where he's going to end up. Don't know if he's going to be coaching Missouri all the way through the season. We'll see. Biggest thing with Missouri right now is they got a quarterback transfer, Austin Simmons from Ole Miss. He was the original starter at Ole Miss, got beat out by the backup in Trinidad Chambliss, and now he's the starter for Missouri. This guy was good enough to start at Ole Miss last year and got beat out, goes and is now at Missouri. He's still a fantastic quarterback, guys. He wouldn't have been starting at Ole Miss for nothing. Very, very high on this kid. Hopefully brings the power that Missouri's lacked the past couple seasons. Eli Drinkwitz is going to have a cannon quarterback. He will be able to sling it all over the field, no issues. Got some other really good transfers and got some wide receivers. I'm seeing a bunch of things. Here's the deal, though, guys. I'm looking at their schedule. Going to Ole Miss, going to Georgia. I'm predicting them 7-5. I think 7-5 is good. Worst case, though, they could win 3 games. Like, that would not shock me if Simmons doesn't pan out, if Drinkwitz has other job opportunities and he's sniffing around trying to leave Missouri, trying to get a better paying job. It's very possible that he doesn't finish the season out and then Missouri's just kind of flailing trying to get out of this. I don't think Missouri would get rid of him, though. I feel like he would leave on his own. So it'll probably make it to the end of the season. I'm predicting 7-5, 6-6, somewhere in there. I feel fairly confident in 7-5. Not going to be good enough for a playoff. Not going to be good enough for a championship. Going to be good for a bowl game. Hey, we'll take that. All right, next team up, we're talking about the Kentucky Wildcats. That's right. They have a new head coach. We have several new head coaches in the SEC this year. Will Stein, coming from Oregon, he was their offensive coordinator, averaged 38 points a game with that offense. High-powered offense, great team. Looking at their schedule, Will Stein's going to have a tough road, man. He's going to get introduced into the SEC real quick. Their first SEC game is Alabama. Then they have A&M, South Carolina. South Alabama, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, Vandy, Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, and Louisville. We already talked about Missouri earlier in the show. It's going to be tough sledding, and new staff, new coach getting his feet underneath and never coached in the SEC before. I really don't think they're going to be that great, guys. I've got Kentucky, their schedule going 4-8. Their best case scenario, from what I figured out, is 6-6. I don't know if they're going to be so happy about that after getting rid of Mark Stoops, which was a guaranteed 9-game win football coach. Very, very good football coach. Guaranteed 8 to 9 wins, guaranteed bowl game. You know what you get with Mark Stoops. Stein's not really a known commodity. We're gonna have to see how that goes. I'm not sure. But yeah, 6-6 for them would be amazing. I got them going 4-8. I don't see them beating. I don't see them doing anything. They could go 2-10, honestly. Like, it would not surprise me if we get to the end of the season and we're looking at Kentucky and we're saying, "Wow, they only had 2 wins this year." Mm, sad. Next team up, we're talking the Tennessee Volunteers. Josh Heupel coming in. He's been the head coach since 2021. Tennessee fans, guess what? I have to say this real quietly. You guys don't have Georgia. You guys are not playing the Dogs. First time in many, many years. That rivalry will not be played in the regular season thanks to this new SEC 9-game schedule and Tennessee having other teams that they have to play, like Vanderbilt, Alabama. So, yeah, it's insane. And you have one of the weirdest out of conference games ever, your week 2, your second game of the year against Georgia Tech. I think that's going to be a sleeper game. I think that's going to give you guys a lot of trouble. I think you're still going to pull out the win. I have, with no Georgia, I have Tennessee going 8-4 though. I think Texas is going to get you guys. I think Auburn's going to get you guys. A&M and LSU. Those are going to be really tough games. I feel like you're probably going to win one or the other. I don't feel like you're going to win both those games as it stands right now. Tennessee's got a really good shot though to go 10-2 though as their best record. 10-2 is going to be really, really achievable if you win some of these one possession games, if you get a ball kicked your way, if you get an onside kick, if you get a field goal at the right time, if you can just finish the job on some of these teams. I do have you guys beating Bama at the moment. I don't know how I feel about that. I might change that as the season progresses just because Bama's got so many questions. I feel really good about Tennessee. I feel really good about Josh Heupel. Because no, Georgia, you guys don't have that thorn this year, and it's going to be really interesting to see. You guys might go undefeated, and like I, the the one game that really does scare me on the schedule is the Texas game. I'll be honest, Texas is the one game that you guys are going to have to. You traded Georgia for Texas. Now Texas is beatable, 100%. They have a lot of question marks too, but this is going to be a really good year. If there was ever a year for you guys to prove me wrong on this 8-4, it would be this year. I would love to get to the end of the season and say, hey, they're 10-2. They're in the playoffs. They have a run. They're going to the SEC championship game for the first time in a long time. This is great. All right. Next team up, we have Mississippi State. Jeff Lebby. I love Jeff Lebby. If you've seen him, just go watch his interviews. They're amazing. He calls it like he sees it. He's one of the funnest coaches in the SEC right now to cover. It's great. Looking at their schedule though, South Carolina, their SEC schedule is a gauntlet, but every SEC schedule is a gauntlet. Pulling Texas, pulling Ole Miss, you got Auburn, Bama, South Carolina. It's going to be a tough road to hoe for you guys. A 5-7. I feel like you guys are going to just barely miss the playoffs. I don't see you winning more than 6 games. There is a scenario where some things go your way and you may get to 8-4. 8-4 is like your best case scenario. There's some games on here that I just don't feel like you're winning. The question games are the two question games in that are going to be Bama and LSU, because Bama, we don't know about their quarterback situation. We don't know, they don't have a proven commodity there. And LSU with Lane Kiffin going there and revamping that program to make it Lane Kiffin's, I think it's going to take him a year. So you could sneak by a win there. Um, but there's a scenario where you guys go 3-9. It would be really, it would not surprise me if y'all did, but I hope not. I think 5-7 is fair as of right now, where the season stands, where we're at. Next team up, we're talking Vanderbilt, Clark Lee, no Pavia. No Diego Pavia. That dude is finally off a college campus. He is no longer in college. Thank God. That dude needed to get out. He was too old. The whole premise of that was the lawyers thing. I will stand by that. I will die on that hill. 4 years, guys. 4 years. 3, and then you can go to the NFL. 4 if you want to get lucky. I can see a fifth-year senior if you're a transfer. I can see that. Don't necessarily have to like it, but I can see it. I get it. After that, you need to get out. Go to the NFL. If you can't hack it in the NFL, then sorry. That's just my 2 cents on that. That's going to get a lot of hate, I believe. But you know what? That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. You guys scheduled Delaware. Like that's just a crime. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, it's Vanderbilt. I'm gonna let you have it. You guys pull Georgia. You guys pull Ole Miss. You got Bama. You got Florida, and you got Tennessee at the end of the year. Tennessee's gonna have a really good year this year. I think 4-8 is fair. I think 3-9 is on the table. I think 7-5 is your best. 7-5. If you guys have a 7-5 season, I think that is going to be really good considering your schedule and the fact that you're bringing in this freshman quarterback, Curtis, the 5-star that you guys stole from, I believe, Georgia. You know, I think that 7-5 would be great. I think 4-8 is more realistic. I think Vandy goes back to being what Vandy used to be, and is being just this program that could upset you but probably won't type. So yeah, 4-8, my early prediction for Vanderbilt. We're going to be talking about those South Carolina Gamecocks. Shane Beamer. I've heard a lot of people saying he's on the hot seat, and I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. I think Shane Beamer has been a really good coach for South Carolina. I think that he bleeds Crimson at this point. I just I understand that they want to progress and they want to get to a position of relevancy, and I don't think they ever weren't. I don't think they ever were not in that kind of atmosphere. South Carolina has always been a team that could beat you on any given Saturday. South Carolina is one of these wild card SEC teams that if they're on your schedule, you better take them seriously, because if you don't, they're going to punch you in the mouth. That hasn't really been the case the past couple of years. It's been the case, and it hasn't been the case in certain situations. And they've blown leads. Yes, I know the game. Yes, I get it. They blew like a 30-point lead. Insanity, but it happens. That's why you play the game. That's why there's 4 quarters, 2 halves. You got to play the game all the way through. I think Shane is going to take a step in the right direction this year. I think that they could go 6-6. I think 8-4 is more likely for them. I could see them going 4-8. They pull Georgia, they pull Tennessee, they have A&M, they play Clemson, Bama. It's going to be really tough for them to go. They have back to back. I mean, this SEC 9-game schedule is just going to haunt people. But you do have some gimme games. You do have Arkansas. You do pull Mississippi State, which is going to be a really good game in my opinion. I think that 8-4 is fair. if they take the steps in the right direction. If they don't, 6-6 is more likely, and 4-8 is definitely on the table. And if they go 4-8, if they don't get more than 5 wins, Shane Beamer, you're out. Like, South Carolina's not going to put up with it anymore. They're not going to put up with the one score loss games. They're not going to put up with losing after having a 28 to 30 point lead. If that happens alone, that's going to raise into question his job. If he doesn't get more than 5 wins this season, he will definitely be on the hot seat at the end of this year, going into next year, and then next year will probably be his last year. He would have to lose 5. If he gets 5 or more, I think he keeps his job with a lot of hesitancy. If he goes 5 and under, he's gone. There is no recourse. There is no. He's just going to be out the door, out the window. See you later. Thank you for coming. And it's sad that it's like that, but everything going on in the NCAA, I think that it's fair for him to be there as long as he's been and not have or not be able to compete at that level. It's just business. He's at a football program. He's at a high level football program in a high level conference, and they deserve to be in the conversation every year. There's no reason South Carolina shouldn't be in the conversation every year. If coaching is what's holding them back, then coaching changes need to happen. Now, if it's not coaching and it's administration, or if it's facilities or whatever it is, then that needs to be addressed with the university, and the university needs to cough up the money to do it. That's what it comes down to nowadays. It's about how much money can you spend on your program to make it where it needs to be. So that's neither here nor there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like what you hear, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, share the video, leave a comment, tell me how I did. It's just SEC college football at my home. That's all it is. We're just talking ball. See you guys later. Peace.